with iMore.com, and I wanted to give you a quick tour of iBooks Author for the Mac. Right here I have the template chooser, but I've actually got a book started, so I'm going to go ahead and close that. I hit choose. Okay, close it out. And here is the book I've started. I chose intermediate algebra. I'm a math teacher, so I had to. So I can look at the title of my book. Here is my intro media, which I have actually already added, but it really was just as simple as drag and drop. I've got a table of contents. My book is very small at the moment. And I have a glossary of terms I have decided are important. So let's jump right into the book. Here is chapter 1. And I've got a section here that I've kind of already built a little bit just to show you how it can look. Building this part is the boring part. It's not very interesting. It was just a lot of typing. I created little definition boxes, something that you could very similarly do with pages. So again, it's not the interesting part of this program, so I'm not going to get into it. So let's actually do something interesting and play with some widgets. So I'm going to add a review widget, which is basically like a mini quiz. So I'm actually going to drag this guy over here. As you can see, I can put it wherever I want, and right now it's set to be there with the text. I can change that just like I would with documents on pages. Okay, and I can create a quiz, and question 1. I don't want to think of clever questions right now. And I select which one is going to be the answer. I can, of course, change the text of the answers. And over here is where I add some new questions. So this is the inspector, by the way. And so I'm going to add another question. And we're going to make it a multiple choice question. But let's go ahead and add an image to this one. And let's make this one interesting. This is the logo for which mobile nation's website? Is it Android Central? I can't spell. I think that's right. I don't know. iMore, Crackberry, or WP Central? And the answer is clearly iMore. The image gives it away. And let's go ahead and just add one more question for fun. We'll go ahead and say a multiple choice question that is pictures. And again, I'm going to be boring because I'm using the same image, but I can, put different images into each spot. My question could be, which logo is the correct logo or whatever. And just to double look at the other choices I had here, I could do a multiple choice that has a picture on top. I can do a drag the label to the target, so I want to drag this to a certain spot. I have drag a thumbnail to a target as well. So those are my different types of questions I can create, and when I'm done, I can just click out of it. And now my quiz is complete. Some other widgets. Well, first we need to add a page. So let's go ahead and add a 2-column page, and let's add a gallery. So this is just like the question 1. And if I want, I can actually go ahead and make it bigger because I know my pictures are going to be needing more space. And I can, if I choose, go into my media and choose photos that way. However, I think for me it's going to be quicker to just do this. And I'm going to grab these 3 photos and drop them right into the widget. And there we go. Now I have some photos set up in a little slideshow. And I can edit them by zooming in, zooming out, and dragging the photo exactly how I wish. And let's go ahead and add a video. Again, it's the exact same process, and it's really, really easy. Stick this right here. and I'm going to throw in this video, and I can test it out, and there we go. It's working. Let's see, what other widgets do we have? Oh, we'll look at one more. 3D, I don't have the correct kind of, document to make that work. And HTML, well, you don't even want to see me attempt HTML, so we're going to go ahead and look at an interactive image, which is kind of interesting. So we're going to add another page. We'll go ahead and make this a single column page, and we will add an interactive image and stick it right in the center of the page. We'll even make it nice and big. And we will use the same image, iMore's logo, and you'll get a better idea of how this works after we look at this on the iPad. So I'm going to say this is one spot, and we're going to make it look like this. And I'm going to set the view. And now that that view is set, see, I always kind of mess this up. There we go. I'm going to click on this one. And for this one, I'm going to say we get really close like this. And this is placed right here. And let's actually, just to make it more drastic, set it there and set the view. So what I have done is I have chosen that if someone taps on this box on the iPad book, then it's going to zoom in to this view and show me what's inside this box. It's pretty neat, and it'll, like I said, look a lot cooler once we take a look at it on the iPad. So those are pretty much all of the fun interactive things you can do. You can also, take an image and stick it right in the middle of your book, adjust the size easily, and let's go ahead and stick it here. I don't like how it's laid out, so let's make it like this. And there we go. Looks a little bit better. You already saw me adding pages just as easily. I can add a chapter. Let's add an orange chapter, and it knows it's going to stick them in the right order. I can go ahead and say, no, you know what, I want the green one first, and it switched the chapter numbers for me. So it's really smart, and it knows what it's doing. And I can add sections and add another section, and as you can see, it's labeling my sections, section 1, section 2. These ones I changed them to section 1.1 and section 1.2. So that is pretty much all of the really exciting stuff about this that you wouldn't see in other programs. And next up, I'm going to show you how to preview it on your iPad. It's actually amazingly easy, and it has to do with clicking this button. But now I got to switch to recording with a different camera. On my iPad, you'll see that I have iBooks opened, and on my iMac, I have iBooks Author. So I'm going to go up here, and I'm going to click on the preview button that I showed you a second ago. And there it goes, and on my iPad you'll see it pop up and start downloading. So it's really just that simple. I love how simple it is. So I don't know why, but it didn't launch straight to the intro media, but if I scroll over we should be able to find it. It's right here. So that was the intro media. I can make that would, if I actually was making the book available, would be the first thing that pops up. And here is my book and the chapters. And here's the chapter that actually has anything interesting in it. And you'll see it's exactly how I laid it out on my computer. Here is the questions that I made. I don't remember what the answers were, but I can check my answer and go to the next question. The answer for this one was iMore, and I don't even know about these, but you remember when we created that. Go to the next page. Here is the slideshow I had created. I can tap on it to see the images larger, and as you'll see, they're no longer cropped. They are the full versions of the photos. Next up, we have the video I made. The video widget, it's right there. And I can make that big as well. what else did we add? Oh, we added this interactive image thing. So now what this does, if I tap here, it zooms it in like I had said, and then it pops up that text. And then I tap it, it zooms back out. I tap here, and it zooms on in there as well. So that is pretty cool. And I think that was all we did. So yeah, that is iBooks Author for the Mac, creating a book for the iPad. And I am Leanna with iMore.com.